I previously made about a video about, Chainsmoker Cat, discussing how the themes and dynamics about how the drugs addiction and, how we normalizing how funny taking drugs is and not taking things seriously and whatever. But turns out I didn't do a proper recording because my voice was not even audible enough for you guys to listen to what I have to say. So right now I'm doing a re-up, not actually a re-upload, a retake of the video. So this is gonna be my second take on Chainsmoker Cat, and I'm just gonna be discussing the themes and how it is actually a peak, representation of an actual drug addiction anime or anime about substances, because the main character of the show, his name is Yaniniko or Yani, yeah, Yani, basically I don't know, chain smoker, because and how whatever, I don't know why I'm rambling, but Yani Nico is basically a degenerate smoking cat. Let me be honest. Like, she smokes to survive. Basically, she can't live without a cigarette. And with that brief description, I'm sure you're thinking about either yourself when you previously were smoking or whatever, or currently smoking. Okay, but right now I'm just gonna be talking how degenerate she is with her smoking. She literally defecates or takes a dump on like on her, like, oh my god, like, it's literally one of the most disgusting animes you should watch, and I recommend you don't watch the anime while eating, because you will definitely, and I mean definitely, throw up watching this short series. But we are introduced to the main character. She's smoking a cig outside the patio, and we see a bunch of cigarette butts in a jar. She splashes it on her landlord, who is also a degenerate, gooner, who just tolerates Johnny Nico because she's attractive and he wants to goon to her, which is out of pocket. We even see that guy, smacking his meat because he fantasizes about, clapping Yanni Nico and whatever, which is also a what the hell moment in the anime, which is gonna be more disgusting and deplorable. We also see another scene of, like, her house. Her house is literally a mess. You see one of the most disgusting things known to mankind. Like, I'm a person who doesn't like seeing, like, dirty dishes or disgusting things on the floor. But watching it literally made my heart sink down to my ass cheeks, because I was literally disgusted by the sight I saw, like dirty dishes, like walls literally dirty. I know my wall isn't like grandiose, clean and whatever, but still, like, watching that scene literally made my stomach curl because I was literally disgusted, and I literally saw a lot, and I mean, it reminded me of a lot and a lot of people who lived like this that I personally know. Cause I'm like, what the hell? Dirty dishes, disgusting, like flies. Like, she doesn't take care of. Like, she's literally dirty, and I'm pretty sure she also had like this. Oh yeah, she has like a younger sister who tolerates her because, hey, that's family, and she's basically like without even trying, enabling Yanni Nico's addiction and behavior, without even trying to do so. She's just trying to help up her sister, her older sister, might I say, with her addiction. Like, it's literally one of the most like sad thing, because I know there's a lot of people who have like family members who are going through like addictions that are self-destructive, and there's people who are in the family, or people like yourself, for example, are gonna try and help that person out of their addiction or their weird obsession with this harmful substance that is literally killing them slowly. But in doing, trying to help, they feel like they are also enabling them to do so, because they are thinking that the other person is always gonna save them from their addiction. So the other person who's delving into those addiction are not trying to get out of that situation. And that's literally a sad part, because I literally know some people who also went through that type of situation where they were trying to help out their family members with like strange and self-destructive addictions and whatever. And it's literally gut wrenching to see that in an anime format. And I thought it was gonna be like a comedic anime about a smoking cat girl, but no, it's literally a sad representation of reality for normal people, because a lot of people are trying to cancel the show because it's being too realistic. It's not being like comedic on everything. It's just like showing the dark reality of life and whatever. And that's the crazy part. We are trying to numb ourselves into watching like shows that are enabling people to smoke, because I'm 100% sure if you see like a character in any piece of fiction or media smoking a cigarette, you're gonna think firstly that's gonna be a cool character, or that character is very important and awesome, but not also realizing the freaking the downsides of that character is literally they have like a crippling smoking addiction, and smoking literally is the only thing that keeps them alive, and without that certain cigarette they fucking lose their minds. And we see that with Yana Nico. She throws up, she literally goes like a crazy, like a nicotine addiction, and goes like berserk in trying to find the nearest nicotine to smoke. And that leads me to other cases where I'm like, okay, I get why you want to cancel it, but you're trying to cancel the show because it's being too realistic. But I realized that the media base in Japan watches, isekai, where the MC who's living like a terrible life gets hit by a truck or a big ass something crazy happens, then they get transported to another world, and then they learn to, do their own character arc in another world instead of doing it in their actual world and actually wash their dirty ass dishes and clean themselves. And I understand why people like that, because it's like an escape to reality. And when you're watching a anime about like a chain smoking cat, or a cat that's addicted to any nicotine, you're gonna automatically think that is a comedic anime, and you're gonna be laughing at it. But no, it's just showing you the actual reality of life, that some people literally have addictions and they are too lazy to fucking fix their life, and they're or they can't. Because I know some people are trying, but they have like this, like, inner self that tells them they are not good enough to change. Well, you shouldn't think like that, because you still have the ability to change, and you should always love yourself while doing that type of actions to self improve. Not actually, oh my god, I'm actually gonna also talk about self improvement later on, because it's kind of a love hate relationship with like me with self improvement, but I'm gonna get to that later. But Yani Nico is always like presenting herself as like a self-destructing character, a character that's supposed to be a warning, and I think that's the purpose that the author was trying to show, that chain smoking cat is literally a dark showcase of people with addictions that are who don't want to even have a chance of trying to stop smoking, or they have the thought of not smoking or stop their bad habits, but then they're like, I don't care, it is what it is. And oh my god, that's literally a showcase of how addictive people can be on substances or like materialistic things, and that we need to find like a way to actually shift that type of behavior outside of the general public, and actually go and do something that is gonna not just help us but also help the people around us, because we don't, like, we all have this sense of we don't want to be like a real liability to families and friends, so we try to find other ways to compensate for that type of feeling, without actually first sitting down, taking a breather, and actually reevaluate the situation, and reevaluate our life choices, and be like, okay, I'm at a road that leads me to my death, or leads me into a situation where I don't want to be in, or I can just go back and actually take the other way, because you always have a chance to change. Okay, we always have a chance to change our path and actually become like our best selves. Okay, so it's never too late. Okay, that's all I want to say. It's never too late to actually change yourself and change the circumstances you were placed upon, and actually be a person that you always dream to be, and be like your truest self. Okay, it's never too late to be your truest self and have this sense of joy and fulfillment in the things you're doing. Okay. And I just want to talk about how good it is, though. Like, it's not like a comedic, like that much comedy in the whole entire show, but it's just like I said, a show that's been realistic to the watchers, to the to the viewers, to the audience about how, like, we can't, uh, celebrate this weird fixation with drugs because we literally having an anime called fentanyl lollies. Can I even say it? Okay, lollies in the hood doing fentanyl or whatever. I'ma just show you the image. I'm not gonna bash the show because obviously I'm gonna watch the show and I'm obviously gonna love it. But it's just a showcase of how we actually don't care about how addictive substances are becoming like a joke. Not a joke in a sense where haha it's funny. I'm never gonna. It's a joke in a sense where we are not taking the matter serious. But fentanyl girls in the hood, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a banger. Okay, it's gonna be a banger. But I'm still, what am I even saying? I'm still gonna watch, fentanyl girls doing. I mean, lollies doing fentanyl in the hood because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be an enjoyable series and you should watch it. But it's also a show. It's like a polar opposite of Chainsmoker Cat. It's like yin and yang because it shows like a good funny side and you don't care and you're just gonna switch your brain off and watch the show on both sides. And also Chainsmoker Cat, you're gonna see like the negative sides of the reality of becoming like addicted to substances and you not trying how to fix yourself in those substances. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say and ramble about on Chainsmoker Cat and why it's actually a good anime when it's just showcasing like the negative impacts or the downsides of taking like self-harming substances or having like a crippling addiction to a substance that's literally killing you. And all I have to say is that it's never too late to change and it's never too late to actually save yourself and actually become a better version of yourself. Always look into yourself in your eyes and always improve on the mistakes that you made because every mistake is just a lesson that you are gonna be improving yourself and become the best version of yourself. And that's it. Love y'all guys and like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.